Siman Gimel, Sa'if Aleph, Beis Shmuel, Sif Cotton Dalet. The Mechaber had said that if a person claims that he's a Kohen, it's like he becomes a Chaticha D'Isura. It's as if he makes a Shvua that he's a Kohen and he brings upon himself some Isur, even though we don't trust him in other respects that he's a Kohen. Nevertheless, we do say that he's made himself Asur. He's given himself the same restrictions of any other Kohen. And then the Mechaber said, "V'haniveles loy," but the woman, so therefore, if he self-proclaims himself as a Kohen, and he's metamel mesim, or he marries somebody that he shouldn't, on the basis and strength of his own admission that he's a Kohen, that is enough to cause him to be punished, and he gets malchus. But if the Mechaber says v'aniveles loy, the woman that he was intimate with, if she was a zoina or a grusha, somebody who was forbidden to marry a Kohen, she now becomes, because of their union, a safek chalola. So if she was a grusha and he was for sure a Kohen, and that was an established fact, then their intimacy would lead to her becoming a chalola. But in this case, he's a safek Kohen, as far as she's concerned. But as far as he's concerned, he's placed upon himself all the strictures of being a Kohen. It's like he made a shvur that he's a Kohen. But as far as she's concerned, he is still, he's only a safek Kohen. So if he is a Kohen in actual fact, then because she was intimate with him, she becomes a chalola. And if he's not a Kohen, then he's a Yisrael, then her being intimate with him would not affect her status and would not make her a chalola. So she is a safek chalola. And really what that means, I mean, the main thing is, if she marries another Kohen, so since she's only a safek chalola, the other Kohen, who's a bona fide Kohen, would not receive malchus, because he was not with a for sure chalola. He wouldn't receive malchus because she was a chalola. He would receive malchus because she's a zoina or a grusha, but that's a separate thing. For the act of having intimacy with a chalola, it wouldn't be problematic. And also, in terms of her children have that same status, that they're safek chalolas. Therefore, it would have the same din that if her children then went to married a Kohen, if her daughter married a Kohen, that Kohen wouldn't get malchus, because she's only a safek chalola, as is her daughter, and not a vadai. Says the Beis Shmuel, Sif Cotton Dalet, safek chalola, v'kohen acher sheba alea ein aloike. As I said, as I explained, another Kohen who's intimate with her would not receive malchus mishum chalola vadais, because she is based on the fact that she's for sure a chalola, because she isn't. It's problematic that she's a grusha or a zoina, but not that she's a chalola. V'chein zar'a, and similarly her offspring, her children, would be safek chalolim. They would be safek chalolim. Aval hu atzmoi shechazru ba'alei loiker. But this Kohen, so the first time the Kohen is with her, she's a grusha or a zoina, and on his own admission, he's a Kohen. Even though we don't accept that fully to give him the status of a Kohen, we did say that it's like he made a shvua and he accepted upon himself a chaticha d'isura, and he makes himself as if he's a Kohen for all the chumras of a Kohen. Nevertheless, he is not loike. The first time the first time he's with her, she's a grusha or a zoina, he's not allowed to be. By being with her, as far as he's concerned, like from his perspective, she is now transformed into a chalola, and therefore the second time he's intimate with her, he gets malchus because he was intimate with a woman who was a chalola. Lefi dvarav, at least all according to so from his perspective, we give him malchus because he has been with a woman who, from his, based on his testimony, she is a chalola. Just like you would give him malchus if she was a gerusha based on his testimony. But that doesn't, from her perspective, she's only a safek, it's not a vadai. So the vadais only comes from his perspective, but not from her perspective.